Okay, that means we could start looking for places to lease for yoga.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're talking about Bilal and Shaeeda today, and if I'm being 100% honest, I didn't think I was going to make a video on them at all because they have been so bland. The only thing that's been somewhat interesting was in the beginning of the season when there was that little bit of a tiff with his ex-wife.
We'll get real left. No, you're real quick.
Think she's the only one who has emotion.
Real quick.
She got one very nasty.
Real quick.
There you go. That was the most exciting thing that has happened so far in 11 episodes, which granted they haven't been in every single episode, but still the most exciting thing that's happened. So you're probably asking, if they're so boring, why are you talking about them? And I'm going to tell you why after I ask you to like and subscribe. I see you coming back. I see you coming back for more videos, but you're not subscribing. So just hit the button and we'll all feel better. And the reason I'm making this video is because of this man right here and how he has frustrated me with as little effort as possible this season. It's very impressive actually, but he has drove me absolutely insane. Okay, I'll give just a quick little history on them for anyone who may not know. So they were on the last season of 90 Day Fiance. They met online as per usual, and they got married pretty quickly, and the biggest thing throughout their season was her wanting a baby and him wanting a prenup. And then the biggest thing that happened, which is what most people are talking about or did talk about, was how he had tried to pretend that he didn't have money, or at least not show that he had money, I guess, not pretend to be poor. But he did once she got there. He did. He picked her up in like a dirty work van and brought her to actually his childhood home, which was not kept up super well. I mean, it wasn't bad on the inside personally, I don't think. But there was definitely things like this was not what she was expecting when she got there. And she didn't respond very well at first. She was pretty upset. She said she felt lied to, and honestly, I felt that her feelings were totally validated. I think she could have responded a little better than she did.
This place is dilapidated.
But I think she was totally valid in her feelings.
Okay.
Now, he says the reason that he did that was to find out that if, say, tomorrow he lost all his money, would she stick with him? And honestly, I just don't think that's fair. And the reason why I don't think this is fair is because he's still using this excuse this season for not to do the things that she wants to do.
I don't want to hear your excuses.
Right now, her two biggest things, they're married, since they're married now, is she wants to have a baby, and she's been very clear about this before they got married. And two, she said she wants him to help her restart her yoga studio. Okay, so I want to talk about the yoga studio first, because I've seen some people online saying how he shouldn't have to help her start it, that she should have the money herself to do that. While I will say that I do partially agree with this, he agreed to do it. You know, he knew what he was getting into.
I've done some dumb things, and I'll do dumb things again.
And I mean, he seems to have money, and in the end, it's going to benefit him too. They're husband and wife. What's yours is mine. Well, no, they have a prenup, so what's yours is yours and what's mine is mine. But still, in the end, it'll benefit him too, having a business. In this episode, she said that she's been wanting to make plans and figure everything out that she would need to do. And he's been like, no, don't do that until you get your work permit.
He has been telling me to hold off my business plans because I didn't have a work permit.
And now he seems to be backpedaling on what he agreed to do. And obviously, I do agree with him. Yes, there are steps that need to be taken before you jump into leasing a building to start a business. But where my problem comes in is that he's not helping her with any of these steps, or at least from what we've seen, he's not helping her. The only thing I heard him mention was her credit, that she needs to build her credit. But if he's gonna be like funding it, can't he just like co-sign on something and use his credit? So I'm wondering if he's like omitting that to her just so she won't mention it.
You know what she's doing? Not talk about our vibes.
And just another thing I want to say about it is I'm not trying to make her the victim completely. She is a grown woman. She makes her own choices. She knows, and she knew before that he was being iffy on these things. And she married a man who she didn't know super well. So I'm very much aware of that, and I'm not making her the complete victim in this. What does bug me though about this is when people try to say that she's a gold digger, or even them, Bilal and even like his ex-wife, kind of try to assume it because she has expectations. I don't think so. She's almost 40 years old. I guarantee that if Bilal's ex-wife got divorced with her current husband and was looking for someone else, she would not be looking for someone who's just starting out, who doesn't have any money, who can't take care of her and her kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the baby thing now. And my opinion is that he is stringing her along and wasting her time until she cannot have children anymore.
And I am fully amenable to that discussion.
That's what I feel about this situation, which I think is so unbelievably messed up. He never should have gotten with her if he did not have intentions on having one more child. That is my personal opinion because she wants that so badly. And the way he treats her about this, he's always like, oh, your life completely changes when you have a kid. Oh my God, we can't do anything. We will have no money because they're so expensive. She knows all these things. She's aware. Again, it's not like she's never been around kids. She has sisters and friends with families, and she loves those children, and she's not an idiot, and she's not a child. And it just upsets me so much the way he talks to her about this, because just because she hasn't had a kid doesn't mean she's ignorant to how that would change her life. I feel like a good compromise to this situation would be for her to go ahead and freeze her eggs, then maybe wait a year and open the discussion again. But the fact that he's not bringing that up, I think still shows to me that he doesn't want a kid and he's just stringing her along. She said that was her fear, and then he didn't say anything. He just was like, well, it's my fear that you'll just leave me. Well, then why'd you marry her? If you're still scared of that, you never should have married her. Okay, guys, that's really all I have to say about these two. When I first met them, I was really rooting for them. For some reason, I just really liked them as a couple. But as it goes on, Bilal just drives me absolutely insane. And, Shy has her faults too, obviously. But it's just the way he does things that just irks me. And it just, ugh. Okay, guys, if you stuck it out for this one, go ahead and throw a little angry man in the comments, especially if you're just as frustrated with him as I am. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thanks for listening to me rant. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.